And we're on. Cześć, siema, jak leci? Adi here. Another Sunday morning, another international ration for a little bit of brunch and a little bit of other countries' cuisine exploration. This buggy may not look the most appealing. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that dark brown other than on very early American MREs. So this Hungarian Ration is definitely one of its kind. Don't ask me to try and read the writing because I don't speak Hungarian for shit. And if you're aware, Hungarian is one of the very few languages in Europe that basically doesn't have any neighbors around it. It's not Slavic, it's not Romanian, it's a Ugric language, so I don't have a clue how to read it. Anyway, back to the Russian. As you can see, very thick brown plastic bag with the writing in black. It shows quite well on cam. It's much less so live. The bag is quite darker. No writing on the back. All we got is partial contents on the front. Partial because, from what I learned, there's only one menu because the bag design comes from one of the mains. Sorry, there's only one of the mains mentioned on the content list. Mainly because it's how the Russian used to be built, and then when they switched to two mains, they just didn't update the bag for it. So H1, so that's menu. There's 7 menus in total, and down here we got the minimal usability date, or like best before date, and it was in, I believe, October 11th last year, so it's a little bit past the best before, but should still be perfectly fine. Okay, let me get a knife to get inside the bag. Okay, so first comes some fuel tabs, and yep, one of the compartments is a little bit broken, and was where the fishy smell was coming from. Ugh. What else we got? 3-in-1 coffee drink. Okay, I have no problem with that. Ooh, this looks possibly better than the stuff I saw on YouTube reviews. Maybe it's because it's fresher. So we got two 70-gram quite solid packs of goose. Show you. Yeah. So it's goose liver paste with white wine. Very curious choice, I must say. Very curious. Never had anything like that before. And yes, I'm already getting excited. We got a pack of extra strong mint chewing gum. 4 packs of what they call it, pashka. This is like a crisp bread, or from what I understand, like a matzah bread. We'll see when you open one of these packs. Rosinki. There's a proper 100-gram pack of raisins. Country of production, Iran. There's a big bag of like sundries or accessories. We'll look into that in a second. Ooh, okay. Okay, so from what I understand, this is a pack of instant tea, 20 gram pack, and it's good for 1.5 liters or about 50 ounces. Um, I'll kick up a translation app in just a second to make sure I get that right. There's a SB stove and the contents sheet with all the best before dates and color information. Only problem being it's all in Hungarian or Imaja. Huh. I don't speak a lick of it, as you already know. And curiously enough, our two mains both come in cans. I've been told there will be a can and a pouch. That's all from the bag. There'll be can and a pouch. Okay, so is there anything? Okay, there's English on the can, which I much appreciate. So this one is beef stew with noodles, and the other one is okay. The other one is turkey meat bites. Obviously they're not army prepared, they're civilian store-bought items. Even the instructions on the can show you to pour it out and heat up in a microwave, which is not an option for me. Also, I'm not sure how much I want to actually put cans on the SB stove today with the tabs so smelly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop those in a pot of water, let it boil for a couple minutes, see where that takes us, okay? You see everything we got, and the accessory packet. Oh, that might not be tea. I think that might be tea. Oh yeah, I did a silly. So this would be tea for 150 liter and a half or 50 ounces. What's that then? Translation up. We get some dextrose tablets or grape sugar candy, which are good to get your sugar, blood sugar levels up and help with your performance. A little bit of napkin. Get 2 packs of salt. Cukor. Okay, so we got 6 packets of sugar. 5 tiny mini hard-boiled candies. And a pack of matches. Okay, let me choose the language here. And let's see what that tells us. Oh, okay, so as I said, this is tea for 50 ounces of water. This is a cream soup, and my translation app claims it's garlic cream soup. That would be a very curious flavor, I'd say. The instructions go to add 50 ml water first, and then another 150 to make a total of 200 ml of water. Okay, I'm definitely a little bit surprised because this is, while it's kind of similar to what used to come in these packs, this is also a bit different composition. I'm excited. I'm excited to try it, but first I will leave you alone for just a second. Bear with me. because as I said, I'm not going to kick off the Elbit stuff today. I'm going to put this in a pot of water, put it on fire, and let them boil to a nice temperature. I could technically try it cold, but yeah, I'm in the mood for a bit of a warm meal today, so be back with you in a few. Okay, and I'm back. Hope you didn't miss me too much. You can miss me a little bit. Um, let's prepare the other drinks. Let's get everything out on a tray, and I'll check on the cans in like 10-15 minutes. Okay, so we, as I said, will need the fluid tablets. One thing I'm a bit disappointed in is the Russians I saw reviewed had some kind of hot cocoa. Apparently not very good quality, bit thin, but still I would appreciate some cocoa. As you can see, there's not much snack-wise in here or dessert-wise. We got hot candy, tiny ones. Kind of amuses me because it's a kind of candy that I don't know if it's a custom anywhere else, but when you go to some offices like the banks or somewhere, they sometimes got a bowl of those. You can just grab your candy while waiting. Got peach, apple, raspberry, grape, and exotic flavor. Also, 2 packs of pate, but they're both same. So there used to be, apparently there used to be more variety, like 2 kinds of pork liver pate. But what can you do? What can you do? Okay, so drinks first. get the soup going in this little teacup here. Garlic soup. It's a very good. I really wonder if it's really garlic soup or if it's just mistranslation for my app. Oh yeah, that's definitely garlic. Just as I opened the pack, the smell just hit my nose. Okay, so it's a bit caked inside. That's probably because this kind of Mylar bags, it's not very good for keeping moisture out. There's always like micro tears and stuff like that. Okay. It doesn't smell bad. Let me show you how caked it is. It's basically pieces of soup by now. But as I say, add just a little bit of water first, stir, and then add more. Also, might as well do my coffee while I'm at it. Yeah, we're doing teacups today, baby. 3-in-1 coffee drink. Oh, there's Polish writing on it as well. Nice. 120, 150 ml of water. So about 4 or 5 ounces. Okay. And this one's nice and powdery still. Smells lovely. Okay, let me grab my water and a stirring utensil. Okay, some coffee. And first a little bit of water to the soup. Give it a stir and then the rest of it. I guess while it was still powdery, it helps to prevent clumping. The color is very curious. I never had garlic soup before, so this is an experience. Yeah, but I'm going to add just all the water in and hope it dissolves over time, because with how caked the powder is, there's no other way around it. Okay, I'll give it a few and stir again. The taste is quite lovely. And there's the coffee. Okay, so we get the drinks and let's mix the tea. Yes, I am prepared. I'll get a 50-ounce jar of water. So we'll just make it all, why not? And then scoop out some into a glass. Citronte Italpur. So lemon tea, I guess instant. I'm relying a lot on my knife today. Okay. So yeah, that's the smell of instant tea. It's not the best. It's a bit chemical. Get all the little bits off the table here. As you can see, some moisture got into this as well. A little bit of powder, a little bit of caking starts happening. from what I've known, what I know, Hungarian soldiers got a canteen cup, canteen to go of about this size, or you can just grab a bottle of water and in that size as well. So
Już tam się tutaj bardzo gotuje.
yeah, sorry about the interruption. So you can mix your drink and just have it on the go instead of plain water. I guess sometimes that's a way of ensuring that you do get your hydration. Oh, I can't even reach the bottom. I got cold water, and it appears it doesn't want to dissolve completely with cold water, which should be possible. I think the bag tells me what kind of water I should use, but of course I didn't check. Seal. I'll have some now and just see if the rest in the jar dissolves over time. And yes, I'm using a little scoop to get a portion out. Okay, let's get that aside. So it can do its thing. I mean, it's a bit opaque, not fully transparent, but looks quite nice. Okay, let me get the tray out. Like this, maybe. Can we get the cups on? Yes, we can. Oh, look how lovely. Okay, so the goose liver paste, I guess that would be a pate with white wine. I know Hungary is sort of famous for its wine, but last time I had wine flavored, or like pate with a flavor of wine, it wasn't very noticeable. It smells quite nice, I must say. It smells nice. Not too big of a smell, but it's not off-putting either, so points for that. Okay, let me try to find a pack that would be possibly less crushed. Got 4 30-gram packs of bread. Yeah, it's quite broken. I'll keep the crumbles this side. Yep, just your regular old matzah bread. Doesn't smell like much, probably won't taste like much, but as a vehicle to transfer other stuff, that's awesome. So we got raisins. This a big 100-gram pack of raisins. Oh, the garlic smell from the soup is here. You can't miss it. So I won't pour out everything because I won't finish it anyway. Yeah, quite small raisins. We'll see how sweet they are later. Guess the candy and the chewing gum will open later, and the dextrose tablets. The bag tore right open. quite big actually. Um, it seems that dextrose tablets come quite often in um, Central or Central East European rations. In Hungary, I had some in Slovenian one, and it's a way to get your blood sugar up, but also dextrose apparently gets some other stuff in it that is a different kind of glucose that helps transport other important stuff to your muscles. So that's why it's included. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll just grab the cans from the pot, and we should be good to go. Oh, let me just. My utensils. Okay, and I'm back. The cans are lovely and warm, so hopefully the same will be true about contents. First off is the turkey meat bites with green peas. Okay, so the labels came almost completely off in cooking. Whoa, it spit on me. There's actually some okay, can I open it? As you might remember, I'm a bit temp sensitive, so opening heated cans, it's not my favorite activity. Okay, that's open. It's progress. Um, so this is how it looks like still in a can. We scoop some out on a tray. Bottom is very liquefied, top not so much. Oh, and it does smell like green peas, a lot of a green peas smell to it. So if that's not your thing, sorry. Can I get a little bit of meat maybe? Is the meat so processed it's fallen apart? Oh, yep, yeah, there's definitely a piece of meat. But as I'm stirring it, it appears it's mostly peas and sauce with tiny little bits of turkey. Tiny little bits. Hmm. But it's quite a lovely taste to it. It's definitely lovely. Let me get this a bit closer, so maybe I can get the other can up here. Sorry, as usual, I'm a little bit disorganized. We'll figure it out eventually or not, because where's the fun in being all organized? Okay, there you go. So this is like the main that would be mentioned on the back, which is beef stew with noodles. Is that all we got written on the can? Or is there some more information? Nope, just that beef stew with noodles. Both cans are 400 grams. Okay. Okay, and the smell is definitely what I would mm-hmm. um so it didn't, because I didn't stir while heating up, the pasta is still in the thick block, like just a block of pasta that I'm now turning around. I mean, if you poured it out straight from this into a bowl or into a canteen cup or whatever, and heat it up, it's up outside of a can. Pasta would get on bottom, then sauce and stuff like that, so it would be more obvious. Okay, so let's get some of this out as well. Okay, okay, so that's it. Cans go to the side. I think we're ready for testing. Hi, hi. Um, you missed all the prep, so you're here for eating. But lovely seeing you. Lovely seeing you here. Okay, so the garlic soup is almost completely dissolved. There's still some bits on the bottom. Can I just say I'm a little bit anxious about trying this one? Say about trying a few. Just a word of mention. This is a 24-hour ration. So yeah, you got enough drink. So you can see you get enough drink to keep you going. You get your coffee for your morning, I guess. You get some warm soup to drink as well. You get 2 cans of 400 grams, so regular sized meals. Get some candy, get raisins for dessert. You got pâtés and enough bread to last you for all your meals. But it's very bare bones Russian. There's not much variety. Like if you remember German or Danish rations, where you had 2 different pâtés, you had jam. The portions were smaller, but there was more variety. This is a very okay. You get this. You get this. The number of different items is not very high, so yeah, you can see how different the approach is to feeding soldiers in different countries. So, and because I've been talking, let me start with tea. Cheers. Hmm, it's a bit unexpected. Hmm. Because as you might remember, we got similar stuff in Polish rations, and the instant tea is something. I mean, I remember from my childhood. This is different though. They're light, not as acidic. There's definitely something lemony going on there, but it's not too intense. It's very sweet, uh, but it's not the kind of sweet that's how do I explain it? Um, it's the right kind of sweetness that helps the lemon aroma get through, and it makes you go back for more. Mhm. So far as instant teas go, this one's awesome. This one's low key awesome, I must say. Okay, so matzo bread. As I said, there's something special about it. Just water and flour. Mm. I mean, it's got its own flavor. Okay, it's not um, like you taste nothing. Um, but there's not much to be said about the flavor of matzo bread. Still, it should go well with whatever we put on top of it. So let's try some of this goose liver pate with white wine. That's a nice solid portion. Hmm. It smells good. Sometimes canned poultry pate got this off-putting aroma. This is quite nice. Hmm. Huh. Hmm. So the pate is very nice. It's smooth, a bit peppery. Mm, there's a white wine taste in it. It's like if you focus on it and try to pick it up, then maybe. But it also might be a case of if someone gives you a plain candle and asks if you smell of vanilla on lemon, you will most certainly smell one of those smells just because we're told it's one of those two. Um, and because the bread is so hard and crunchy, it makes for quite an interesting texture combo. Mm. Yeah, can't say it's my favorite pate, but it's quite up there. Quite up there. My perception might be affected by the smell of this garlic soup because it's still coming on, coming on, coming on. Everything smells garlicky. The, no, the potato itself doesn't smell garlic at all. Um, bit of a pity the content. The ingredients list is only in Hungarian. I wouldn't go out of my way to get this, but if you get a way to try it, might as well. It's quite a solid pate. Okay, so wash it down first. And let's go for the mains. So we got, put this to the side so you can see better. Turkey meat bites with green peas in some sort of sauce. Okay, so this is peas first. Judging by the color, I guess this also would be tomato base, or maybe had some carrot in it. It's slightly sweet, definitely carroty, very soft, mushy. So something that will go down easily when you try it. Also not the most pleasant experience as it is. The turkey bits look quite lovely. Can we focus on this, please? As you can see, it's a nice chunk of turkey meat, not processed. Okay, so the meat is very tender. It doesn't have much of its own taste, but just a little bit, and together with the peas. That is quite a pleasant combo. Texture-wise, flavor-wise, because turkey, yeah, Sorry, I'm a bit disjointed today. The turkey flavor and then the peas kind of work together. You get a little bit of chew in the meat, and then because how mushy the peas and the sauce are, just go in the background. The flavors work into it nicely. It's not hot cuisine, okay? It's not fine dining. It's not your mom's cooking, to be honest. But will you get this kind of nutrition inside you? Yes, you will. Will you force yourself to do that? Nope. Will you remember what you eaten a couple hours later? Also no. It's like not fascinating. It's something to write home about. It's a very, very solid mix of ingredients. And yeah, with pate, matcha was a bit of a weird experience. With this, it just adds that little bit of crunch and brings it up to the next level. That's definitely a nice combo. And because calorie content of matcha bread is not too high, they're able to move that into other bits of this meal. Okay then, so beef stew with noodles. As you can see, noodles are these tiny little bits of, I don't know what you would call this in English, little grains of noodles. Oh, oh my gosh. Um, yeah, if you didn't know, this Russian came from Hungary, you'd know from the stew. There's some proper heat to it. Mm, some smokiness. I guess smoked paprika was used. Um, hmm, it's quite nice. Mm, mm. Beef is a little bit chewy. Not the worst I had, but not the best either. Oh, but the heat is nice. Um, so this just calls for a little bit of sour cream to go with it, to break through that heat, to help with it. Um, as you can see, there's also some oiliness in it, but that helps carry the flavor, and all the vitamins in the sauce. Yes, maybe. Mm. I'm also a fan of the noodles. Um, they're not overcooked per se. Um, there's still a little bit of bite to them. They still keep their shape. But with something so tiny, um, yeah, they're just on the verge of turning into mush. If I were to choose my favorites from those two mains, I think I'd go with turkey with peas. Even though I'm not too hot on peas, um, it just feels like a more well-rounded meal. Whereas this is a bit too many tiny little claws. Okay, let me wash it down. And let's try the coffee. 3 in 1, so with milk and sugar. Hmm, that is a very nice coffee. Um, I guess I'm just used to. Oh, it's not a bit. I thought it was Nescafe. It's not Nescafe. Um, but it's very nice, and there's the right amount of creamer in it for me. It's very smooth, uh, very rich flavor. Mm. I'm going to finish it. It's a very very nice coffee. Okay, dessert wise, I think I would be trying the candies, just because there's so much to be said about them. It's your regular hard candies or boiled candies, just in tiny chibi mini size, like if you want to see it, just tiny little mini hot caramel candy. I may try it one later. Okay, so dextrose tablets. You can bite into them, I guess. You can just let them leave them in your mouth to dissolve. Yeah, so basically it's like powder candy. Tastes like powdered sugar. Not too sweet. If you bite into them, if I let it dissolve in my mouth, um, it might get too sweet, I guess. Yeah, and it's a nice way to, don't overdo them. But if you need your uh, blood sugar levels up during or after um, some strenuous activities, this is the way to go. So dessert-wise, we get some raisins. No chocolate. How can you have no chocolate or cookies or something? Just let's see how the raisins go. They're very very tiny. Quite dry, but also nice and sweet. Good pack of raisins. Nothing much to be said here. Um, if you are heating your stew on a pot, in a pot, over fire or in a microwave, you might be able to add a handful of these for different flavor. Some sweetness would break the heat very nicely. Um, but yeah, I can't imagine eating a whole pack of raisins just like that. I know there are people who do, but just so not my thing. So not my thing. And yes, I have been stalling. I have been stalling, but I did not forget the cream and garlic, or garlic cream soup. I'm not sure. Translate had in mind. Guess garlic and cream. Um, if you leave it aside, this cloudy part sets to the bottom, and you end up with quite transparent dark brown broth. But then you mix it up and it becomes sort of like a milky tea or coffee color. There's nothing in it. It's just plain soup, plain broth to drink. So cheers, I guess. It's not as in your face garlicky as you might imagine. There is some sweetness to it even. Um, if it had a little bit of pasta in it or um, crunchy bits, I might have enjoyed more. Um, now it's just a weird drink, I guess. Um, and yeah, the smell is much more garlicky than flavor. It's much more gentle, I guess, because it's that creamy part in it. Sorry, I got a bit of sniffles today. Uh, huh. fascinates me, this soup. Because I can't really imagine it going well with either of the mains. Like, you can drink it on its own. Just something to keep you warm. But it's just it's such an unusual soup, hot cup soup flavor for me. You wouldn't have it with pate because it would definitely overwhelm the pate. Garlic for the mains, not either. Uh, and because matzo bread is so thin, it's not like you can have a proper sandwich to go with the drinking soup. Okay, I should have tried it earlier, I guess. You can just crumble your matzo into the soup, let it soak in a bit, and we'll see how that will go. Okay, I guess I tasted pretty much everything. So while this soaks, let's see how the matches work. Ooh, that's a nice fire there. Okay, I can leave it here. Yeah, also as you can see, no wet wipes, no water purification tablets. Yes, they don't need them, but it's a curious choice. A little bit of napkin. Is there at least 3 of them? Not really even. I mean, there's like 5 super thin ones. That's a curious choice. Okay, so I guess because the accessory pack came in a ziploc baggie, that's what you can use to store your leftovers through the day. But there's not much help organization of leftovers wise, and you see what I mean when you get to other stuff eventually. I'm trying to make up my mind on this ration here. Food wise, it's solid. And I guess that's what you go for, to make sure food is solid enough to provide enough nutrition and the flavors familiar and good enough to not make it a chore. Yeah, solid ration. But it's such a different approach to ration building than, as I said, Danish or German or French, where you get all the little snacks to keep you for the day. You see when you get to New Zealand and Australia, how they build rations. There's also snacks in there. Because yeah, you get your candies, you get your raisins and dextrose tablets, but they're all basically just sugar. Some other countries use snack time to snack in extra protein. There's protein bars, sometimes there's jerky. Also the desserts, like some of this cake or biscuits. I guess in a field it wouldn't really matter, because you wouldn't have time to enjoy it. You would just scuff it down and get moving again. But yeah, there's definitely choices being made here, and I find them curious. Okay, so I guess the matzo soaked in some of the fluid now. So let's see how the soup with some bits in it will go down. Okay. It's not better, it's not worse. Mm, it's just different. Um, Still though, garlic cream soup still confuses me. um, all in all, I said a very solid Russian. Mm, quite tasty. Mm, hmm. Big points for coffee, for tea. Turkey with DP. The beef stew, you definitely could tell that it's from Hungary because it's got spice, it's got heat, it got some smokiness to it. They got that right. I know. I guess I just wish for something a little bit more, but yeah, no complaints. Um, very grateful for the chewing gum, because after the garlic soup, we will need that. Okay, so let me just finish the soup, and then I pop in some gum, and we'll say goodbyes for today. Hmm, yeah, garlic soup. I mean, it's still better than the French vegetable one because it's got no flavor at all. This is just a very curious one. Anyway, that's it for today. Um, this was a look into Hungarian 24-hour ration. H1, so menu 1 out of 7. If I'll be able to get my hands on it again, for similar price I got this one, probably will. If I would have to spend more, not necessary. It's not amazing. It's just solid food, you know. Um, yeah, solid food. That's the best description I can give you, for the ration. So let me grab some chewing gum. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing this meal with me. It's definitely always more fun when there's company. I hope you learned something. I hope this piqued your curiosity and you join me next week. Um, Quite possibly we'll stay in Europe and visit Russia. Maybe we'll even stay home and do a Polish Russian again. Maybe French. We'll see. Whether you're watching this on Twitch or on YouTube, there's a link down below to a Google poll. There's a map with countries from which I get Russians on hand, so you can choose and help me decide what to show next. Yeah, that'll be it. Thank you again for joining, and I see you, Eric, at the end. Bye. That's a good gum. That's a very good gum.